So as I said before, you are able to organize all of your documents using your My Drive folder. It's not only important for you to organize your documents, but also to have your students organize their documents. So during the first week of school, I always do a My Drive orientation with my students where they all come into the computer lab and we do a basic overview of what Google Drive looks like. We all open up My Drive and they create a folder for that particular grade level. Now within that folder, they create a folder for each one of their classes. So right here I have already created a folder for my English section. So if I was in section 1, English, I would put my last name, which is Hall, the title of the subject, which is English, and then the section number was 1. So it's Hall English 1. And then I color that folder blue because it matches all of our English binders are blue in our school. I'll show you how to do this by creating another folder. So since I want it to go into my grade 6 folder, I click grade 6 to highlight. This makes sure that my new folder will go inside of my grade 6 folder. Then I go right up here to the top and click create and then choose folder. It asks me what I would like to name my folder and I name it with my last name. This one is going to be my social studies folder and let's say I am in section 2 for social studies. If I click create, you'll notice that my social studies 2 folder is created. Now if I hover over it, this little arrow appears. If I click on that arrow, it gives me many different options of what I can do with that folder. I can open it, I can share it, which I'll show you how to do in a minute. I can move it, so let's say that I put it in the wrong place. I can check where I want it to be. I do want it to be in my grade 6 folder, so I'll leave that the same. I also have the option to rename it. This is very important for your students because even though you give them the specific directions to name it in a particular way, you know that you'll have at least one student in your class that won't name it correctly. So they can go back in and rename their folder. They can also change the color. And we color code our folders in our school based on their binders. So at the beginning of the year, they're required to start the school year with a binder for each subject that has a particular color. Social studies is green. So I just go over here and I choose green. And now my social studies folder is green. And now I'm ready to create my next folder. So I click on grade 6 again, go to create, choose folder, and this time I'm going to create a math folder. So it's my last name, math, and let's say I'm in section 3. I can click create and my math folder appears. Now I go to that little arrow again, change color, math is red, and I now have a red math folder. So I would do that for all of my sections. And then the next step is actually sharing these folders with their teachers. So right here next to the folder, I click on the arrow and then click on share and scroll over and click share. Now a share box will appear where I'm able to share it with teachers, I can share it with students. So with my students, I have them share it with their particular teachers. So let's say that my English teacher's name is Miss Cohen. So I type in her last name and you'll notice several different people appear. I know that Susan Cohen is actually the name of the English teacher. You want to leave that they can edit. That just gives the teacher an option to insert comments. If they want to highlight a particular word or make comments on a paper, they can do that. Then you also have this box down here which is notify people via email. I always have my students uncheck that box. Otherwise, the teacher is going to get an email from every single student that shares a folder with them, which should be all of their students. So most teachers do not want an email, so I have them uncheck the box. If you're giving an assignment where you want the student to let you know when they share something with you, you can make sure that they check the box. So I click share and save. And then, yes, I'm skipping the invitation. I know that it's not going to send an email, so I click OK. So now you'll notice that this folder is now shared with my English teacher. So everything within this folder will automatically be shared with my English teacher. And I can go and do the same thing for each of my other classes. So now, how do you actually put work in folders? So I have all of my folders here. If I wanted to put an assignment in a particular folder, like let's say that this biography brochure template was an assignment that I wanted to turn into my English folder, I can just click it, drag it, and drop it right on top of my English folder. And then it will automatically be added to that folder. If I click on my folder now, I will see that it's there. Now, if Miss Cohen clicks on my folder, she will also see that it's there. Now, the trick with this is for teachers on their end to create a folder for each one of their sections. So if you teach English, chances are you have a section 1, a section 2, a section 3, and a section 4. So instead of creating folders with names like these, you would just title them section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4. Once students have shared their folders with you, if you just click up here and then type in English 1 and hit return, you'll notice that any student that's shared a folder with you that's titled with their last name English 1 will appear. You can just check off all of those folders, click on them, and you'll see all 5 items are now moving. And you can drag them and drop them right into your section 1 folder. That helps to keep teachers organized, and it also helps to keep students organized.